guys, welcome to JBDrumTalk. It's Happy
guys.
Friday! Woo!
Yeah, happy Friday.
We've got a really cool little segment for you today.
Yep.
What do we got?
Well, I know you've had this happen before, but I've definitely had this happen, particularly with students or new musicians. They see me working with in-ears at gigs or whatever, and they go, I could never afford that. It's too expensive. I'm just going to leave that for now, and I'm going to stick to fallbacks or whatever else.
Yeah.
So today we're going to start looking at cheap entries into budget in-ears.
Yeah.
Specifically, we are only looking at headphones, not wireless. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll look at a couple of different models and different things you can do to keep the price down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So today we're looking at the one particular brand that we're looking at today, which we have here, is a brand by the name of KZ. That's right, the letter K and the letter Z.
Z. For
Z.
the Aussies out there.
The Zs.
That's right.
KZ or KZ?
Now, just rough estimates. How many in-ears do you think you've gone through over your time drumming?
I have been through at least 15 to 20 pair.
Okay.
And that's just from sweating, earwax, wear and tear of just in and out of the case.
And what would be the lowest price you spent on in-ears?
Look, until recently, it was quite expensive.
Yeah?
It was one of those things that there wasn't a really good cheap in-ear on the market.
Yeah.
So the cheapest that I would have spent was probably $150.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And as far as where you've been up to price range in the in-ears, what amount have you spent?
I spent over $1,000 on in-ears before, especially the short range. I was using the SE 535s, I'm pretty sure they're called. I was using them for a long time, and they were fantastic in-ears, but I just kept breaking the connectors, and it wasn't for the fault of the product, it was just wear and tear.
That's right. I think this is a really good point. It doesn't matter how much you're going to spend, you're still going to use the product, and they are going to break.
Yep.
And if you're going to spend that much money, you expect it to last for a very long time. What we're looking at is the opposite at the moment. If you bought a new set of in-ears every year, is it still affordable?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, let's start from the beginning. I'm going to start with the budget option. This is actually what I'm still using because they have such a great bass response, and I play a fair bit of bass guitar as well as drums. This is what I've actually stuck to. I am going to upgrade to what Jono's talking about a little bit later, but this is the set that I am still using for all of my gigs. So the entry set that I've been using is the KZ ZSRs. Now, you can pick these up off eBay for between $30 and $40. Yeah. Plus postage, obviously. But I was able to get these for $29.
Go look for a bargain.
In-ears for $29. It's just crazy how cheap you can start with in-ears.
Can I just say something really quickly about them?
Yeah.
They come in two different colours.
Yes, green and black.
Black. There is an incredible sound difference between the black and the green. Now, we've always just gone black because it...
What?
Hey?
What do you mean a different sound difference between black and green?
There is. I'm being really serious. I'm not joking.
Are you talking like how red cars go faster? That's...
No.
You're being honest.
I'm being serious. The bass response in the black series is definitely greater than that in the green series. The green seem to be a little bit thinner, and I can back this up from different artists that I've played with that are using them as well.
So it's not just you.
No.
Alright, there's other people saying it. So what? We're saying the only reason that these could sound different is maybe the green's a different mold plastic.
Have to be. That'd be the only reason,
less
right?
dense or something?
Yep. Because they're using the same drivers.
Well,
there's a high...
Hot tip, JBDrumTalk. Buy the black headphones.
And you won't look as ridiculous on stage with green things hanging out of your ear.
That's why I bought the black ones to start with.
Well,
because,
same with me.
Yeah, the green ones sort of stand out. They're pretty bright.
Yeah. They're fluoro green. Well, actually,
it's
bright green.
Yeah, mint green sort of color.
The Hulk green.
I'll show you a picture. It's on right now. Green. These still for $30 though.
Oh, they're incredible.
They're probably the best in-ears that I have used under $500.
Yeah.
So comparing these to some AKGs, some Shores, I even ran a Sennheiser cheaper set.
Yeah.
I can't fault them. For under $500, there's nothing that I've used that has beat this, with the exception of what we might talk about next, and that's because I'm not using them yet.
These were fantastic. I was using them for a long time as well. I was EQing out like around 100 through to 200, just that low mid wash that you can get a bit too much, especially because they're running one high-end driver and then 2 bass drivers.
Yeah.
So you do get a little bit, it can get a little bit muddy in the higher volume, so EQing out those lower frequencies does clean it up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's the budget option. Let's talk about our next step up. Let's say I had $50. What could I buy, Jono?
Well, between 50, maybe even stretching to 60. I know it's $10.
Okay.
What I'm using currently at the moment is the ZS10 Pros. Now, not to be confused with just the ZS10s.
No.
The ZS10 Pros.
The ZS10s are the old
Yep,
Mac.
that's it.
Yeah.
The ZS10 Pros have this nice shiny finish on the outside.
Now, we need to be very clear when we discuss this that the ears that Jono has here are molded.
Yep.
We are not talking about the molded, but we'll talk about how to get the molds in a moment.
Yeah.
So we're still talking about a profile like the ZSRs, that they're not a molded ear, for $50 to $60.
Yep.
The ZS10 Pros.
Yeah, ZS10 Pros were fantastic.
So what is the difference between the ZSRs and the ZS10s?
The ZS10s...
10 Pros.
ZS10 Pro. Well, with the 10, you're probably guessing it right. There's 5 drivers per ear. So you're running into 2 bass drivers, 2 mid drivers, and a high-end driver again.
Okay.
So you're just getting a little bit more clarity through having more drivers.
Yeah.
The one thing that I really liked about them is I actually do harmonies and sing in the bands that I play in. So the ZSRs were just fantastic for a really nice instrument sound.
Yeah.
But I found as soon as I got the ZS10s, the instrument sounds were unreal, but vocals were really clear as well.
That's right. I actually tried the ZS6s.
Yep.
And I wouldn't necessarily recommend them for drums, but they had the clarity that's in the ZS10s, I believe. Like, they had that nice top end for vocalists. If you know vocalists, ZS6s are great headphones as well.
Yep.
So, like I said, $50-$60.
I did a couple upgrades though.
You did?
I did.
So
the first upgrade that I did...
How much money are we talking for these upgrades? Are they expensive or not?
Well, look, the first upgrade that I did, because I read a couple of reviews saying they were really, really good, was I bought the silver-plated lead.
Mm-hmm.
So
it came with a headphone cable.
It came with a bronze lead like this one
exactly
here.
the same as this one.
Yep.
And you swapped it out for the silver.
Silver-plated one,
Why did you swap to silver?
The reviews were just saying that there was more clarity in the sound that you're listening to. It delivered more clarity to your bottom end, and as a drummer, I was like, wow, I want that clarity in the bottom end.
Yeah.
The first thing I did was listen to a track or a couple of tracks that I listen to all the time, and the first thing I noticed when changing from the bronze lead to the silver-plated lead, there was a bit more definition in the bottom end. Now, the silver-plated lead was only $12.
I was about to say, so what, you paid $20-$30, but
nah,
$12.
$12.
Again, where'd you buy it?
eBay.
We haven't found these stocked anywhere, by the way.
Yeah.
So, okay, for $12,
Yep.
you've gone from $50 to like $60-$70.
Yep.
You've got a really good set of
An
ears.
incredible sounding set of ears. I've actually turned quite a few of the musicians and artists that I'm playing with onto these just as backup in ears, or some of them are using them as their main ones.
This isn't students. This is other gigging professionals who would be clearing 150 gigs a year.
Yep.
Are now playing.
Also,
these.
they're using these. They're using the Shure 535. They're using the 846s, and they're not saying they're the clarity of a 846, but they're saying when the 846s aren't available, or if they're in a gig where it's going to get maybe rain or different things on
That's
it.
right.
They swap to these because it offers a similar kind of clarity. Obviously not the same.
That's right. I mean, the other part is as well, for $50 having an insurance policy at a gig. These just live in your bag.
Yep.
It's a fantastic option.
Yeah.
So let's take the next step.
I went next level.
You obviously, as we can see here, have some molds.
Yeah. So nice and bright.
Yep. Yep. Very shiny.
Yep. I've got orange and red for right ear, blue for left ear.
How on earth did you get ZS10 Pros, a standard headphone, into a mold?
So, a few of us here in Cairns, where we live in Australia, found a local supplier that would do molds for us, and then they would send them away to a company called Ear Mold Australia, so they'd do the impressions. They'd send my headphones away with the impressions, and then Ear Mold Australia would mold my headphones into the impressions that they gave me, which actually sit really nicely in my ears. They don't stick out too much, as you would have seen in some of the covers that I've been using. They do stick out because they're bright, but if you get like a clear or a black or something that's less obtrusive, they work.
I didn't know this was a thing or that you could do this, but I assume there's lots of companies that do this around the world.
I'm sure worldwide there are companies that will set your in-ears into an impression for sure.
So just clarifying, you purchase your in-ears on eBay or wherever, and then once you got your in-ears, you get your impressions done at an audiologist. And then they'll then send this off to another company,
which sets them all together.
Ear Mold Australia.
Yep, that's it.
Who then sets them together.
That's it. And then they just send them back. We had like a 10-day turnaround.
So what's the price? For molds, what do we have to pay?
So for molds set in these headphones, the molds cost me and the other guys that I'm working with $195 plus postage.
Okay.
Depending on location.
I mean, for a molded headphone, you would normally pay a lot more than that to start with.
That's right.
So we're looking at $250-ish to be set up.
Less than $300.
Yeah, with molds.
That includes postage.
That are fantastic.
Yeah.
So
the sound quality with the molds it's an incredible difference.
That was my next question, right? Let's say you're a starting out musician.
Yeah.
Do you think it is worth spending the $200 for the molds versus just sitting on the $50 to $60 headphone?
If you're happy with the in-ear sound that you're getting from your in-ears, it doesn't have to be the ZS10 Pros. I've been talking with other musicians that are buying in other cheaper ones at the moment, CCA, and there's a few different other companies like that they were built for bass players and all that. But they, whatever you're happy with, if you set that in an impression, the clarity that you get from that, because you're not getting any leakage of sound.
Yeah, you've got a lot of isolation.
It is incredible.
I think that if I was talking to some of my beginner musicians that I'm working with, I'd recommend that they start with $50-$60 set.
Yep.
But I think where it really comes into its own is if you're playing on a stage or you're gigging.
Yeah.
Yeah. This removes any stage noise. That you're working with, particularly for drums.
Yeah.
I mean, any ambient noise from the kit is gone, and you're now working with whatever you put into your actual mix to the desk.
And like, just to even go aside from like the gigging world that we work in, there's churches that use a lot of click tracks and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of young guys in church teams that are starting out, and they're going, you got to get in-ears and all that kind of stuff. You've got to play to a click track. If you've got all this bleeding sound in your ears,
that's right.
You find it hard to stick with a click track.
This is a fantastic entry.
Oh, it is, and it's affordable for young people to get onto if you're not, gigging professional where you've got a good income coming in to get those higher end models.
So like I said, I mean, if I had to purchase a set of these every year for the next 10 years, I've still only spent $300.
Yeah.
You know? And I guarantee that me going out and buying a set of U-ears or whatever else, they're not going to last me 10 years, you know?
Not with what we're doing.
No.
150 gigs a year, plus recording and all the different things, you know, they get wear and tear. So as a cheap option for your difficult situations, they're a great backup.
Yeah.
Or just a great option as a cheap in-ear.
Yep. Now, really important to say, like our other videos, we're not sponsored by KZ or anything like that.
No.
Regardless, I'm putting the link in the description to a couple of spots on eBay that you can check it out.
Yep.
Make sure you have a look. I mean, for the price it is, you may as well buy a set, see how it goes, and if you don't like them, that's cool. But it's a really fantastic way to start with in-ears, or to compare to some other higher end ones that you may have spent some money on already. And
there's quite a few reviews on YouTube already of these headphones. The reason that I bought the KZ ZS10 Pros was because I seen a review of another drummer saying, just give him your money. And I was going, all right, I got to try these. If he's saying they're cool, I'm going to try them. And I've been, really impressed with them. So
there's also a website called Audiophile, and you can jump online and they rank every set of headphones under $500, and these guys come out on top. So I'll see if I can find the link for that one as well.
Yep.
But that's probably it for today.
Fantastic.
Try out some in-ears. Try something different. Check out the KZ gear. We find it fantastic. But like, subscribe, tick the box or the bell or whatever thing is down here.
Down there.
Yeah. Comment if you have anything that you'd like us to review or look at or anything like that.
We'll take on your suggestions.
Yeah. We'll leave it there. Thank you so much for the support. We will see you next week on JB Drum Talk.
Have a good one.
Happy Friday.